Hello, welcome to part 2 of Medieval Charms. In the first part, I told you that I was going to be making the little Byzantine cross and this little medieval one. And so moving straight on, what I've done is prepared a basic unit as in the first video. As you can see, it's got all 4 little picots, super picots, and the threads coming out of one of the central 4 beads. And in order to make this little Byzantine cross, I'm going to migrate up to come out of the tip of this nearest super picot. And I'm going to extend this one so that it's got a longer branch, and the only way to do that is to make another super picot. So I've picked up 2 and I'm going to build that super picot onto the tip of the previous one and just pass down through its partner bead, and you can see it's extended. And from there, as in part 1 I showed you, I'm just going to secure the thread by weaving in, and I'm actually going to weave down again into that extended branch. So get rid of the loop, come back down again, right the way up to the tip. And around again, and weave in and make half hitch knots and finish off exactly as I did in part 1, and then put in a little jump ring and add it to the chain. So I'm just going to set that aside. That's the little Byzantine cross, and here I've set up the beginnings for the little medieval cross. I'll just thread up the needle with this piece. For this one, I've only built 3 super picots. So let's move those aside and we focus on these little crosses here. I've built 3 super picots only. Now, this branch is going to be extended by doing ladder stitch. So I'm coming out of this one of these, the 4 central beads, and I'm going to pick up 1 bead and pass through it in the same direction as the thread is going, and then pass through the new bead I just picked up. And this is just ladder stitch. It's a way of extending the beadwork. And I've picked up 1 and I'm going to pull it up tight, and you'll see I've extended it now by 2. And to bring myself out ready for the next stitch, pass back through the latest bead I picked up. And I'm going to do it again. It's coming out of this side of the bead, I'm going to go into this side and back again. So now there are one from the central, one of the central 4 beads. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and now at the end I'm going to add a super picot onto this one, and that means picking up 2 beads and passing through it in the same direction. We're making a complete ring at the end, putting the tip bead in and coming down through its partner bead there, and through the bead at the bottom of the picot. And then, because it's wiggly, it needs quite a bit of reinforcement, so I'm going to go into the bead below that one and go back into the one above and back into the one below, and that's reinforcing that a bit. And now I'm going to go from this bead into the one below that and go round just for reinforcement. They're starting to stiffen up and look good. And there's that one bead more. Let's get rid of that thread. I'm going to go in the one above it and round. And that's really getting nice and solid. And round again. And that's the little cross, medieval cross. Now they do need to be reinforced exactly as before, just to make sure that they don't go wiggly and they maintain their shape. But there you have it, the medieval charms. Now go and have a go yourself. Thanks for joining me.